Today, I will be rating your guys' e-bikes that some of you sent me in the comments of my TikTok, which is right here. So I will be rating your bikes. First off, we're starting with my friend's e-bike, Carter's. He just got a midnight sparkly blue powder coat. It's actually so nice. MXP pegs, moto cuts, Baja Light, new brakes as well, thrill seekers, Warp 9 direct mount, and mountain bike bars. That's nice. His bike is really clean. I really like the color on it. Same with the silver peg mounts. I give his bike an 8.5 out of 10. This next bike is also my friend's bike. He has a 72 volt Mototech. I actually crashed into the back of him pretty hard. I'll put a photo up. His back tire and his swing arm was bent. It was a pretty bad crash. But other than that, it's a pretty stock bike. It's still really nice looking. I'll give his bike a 7 out of 10. Another one of my friend's bikes, I have a lot of my friends on here, is Bryson. He has a Talaria MX4 with a FUD mount, Baja Light, and a gut seat cover. I'm pretty sure he's getting 1619 soon, but his bike's pretty clean. I like the stock black on the e-bikes. I give his bike a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, we have our first XXX. It looks like he's running Supermoto's ODI plate, gut seat cover, Baja Light, and a Warp 9 stem mount. I was originally supposed to get a Talaria XXX, but then my dad surprised me with an e-ride for my birthday, so that was pretty sweet. Ooh, okay. We have a, I don't know what year this is, but an Ultra Beat. It looks like he just has a seat cover. That's all it looks like, but he's got some beefy dirt tires on this. This is sweet. Hopefully I'll get an Ultra Beat soon, hopefully. Our next bike is a Ridstar. Looks like he took off the pedals and took everything off and just spray painted it a nice red, or powder coated, I don't know. But he put pegs on it, ODI, polished his Baja Light, which is nice. Looks like new bars, and forks too. Those forks look really nice. He also polished his triple clamps in his seat cover. The seat cover, I think it's upgraded. I'll give this bike a 7.5 out of 10. Our next bike is a powder-coated 1619 Sur-Ron with a moto cuts, a yellow Baja Light, and he has Ultra Beat brakes on this too. That is really nice. I really like the blue and how it goes with the bike. This is a really nice bike. I'll give this bike an 8.5 out of 10. Our next bike is an E-Ride 2.0, I believe. He's done a lot to this. He's got Supermotos, upgraded pegs. Those are prickly pegs. Prickly stem, prickly direct mount spacer, and prickly Baja Light holder. He has rental fat bars, fun mount, rear Ultra Beat brake, and a nice brown powder coat with a gut seat cover. This is actually a really nice bike. I will give this bike a 9 out of 10. Another bike sent. It's in Sur-Ron. It's a 2025. You can tell because of the matcha, the matcha color. I really like the matcha colors on the new Sur-Ron. It's actually so nice. We have a number plate ODI. The image is kind of blurry, but I do like how the gold forks come stock with the matcha color because it just complements it so nice. I give this bike a 7 out of 10. We have our first Rad Runner. This thing looks murdered out. It has an ODI. Looks like Sur-Ron forks, I think it is. Sur-Ron rear tire. Sur-Ron battery. He basically just Suron swapped a He basically just Suron swapped a Rad Runner. This thing is murdered out. This thing is sick. I'd give this bike a 7 out of 10. I really like how it is too, and it's like murdered out. Dang, that's sweet. Another powder coated bike. This one is a Talaria XXX. He's got a Supermoto front tire, but a Shinko rear tire. Mismatched. It looks like he has a motor cover, silver peg, gut seat cover, and I think he powder coated his fun mounts too. That looks really nice. And then pretty sure those are Lewis brakes. That is a really clean bike overall. Moto Cuts ball highlight decal, and he has fork decals too. This is a nice bike. It looks like a Baja Blast color. I'll give this bike an 8 out of 10. Another MX4. This one looks pretty stock. It's still really nice though. Talaria MX4s look really nice overall. Since this is stock, I am going to give this a 5 out of 10. The first 79 Falcon, I think. Yeah, it is. This is really nice. One of my buddies has one. This seems to be a Drift 8-1 plate, upgraded bars of some kind I can't see, and a gut seat cover with upgraded pegs. This is really nice. I really like Falcon 79s. I'll give this bike a 7.5 out of 10. Down to our last 3 bikes. This guy is actually my friend. He came down and I just saw another Suron or another e-bike. I came up to him and he was pretty chill, so we rode around, got his number, and he's gonna come down next weekend I think, but his name is Corbin. He has a Chai battery, EBMX, stock motor I think, but I think he's getting a Soshin motor, upgraded pegs, Baja Light Moto Cuts, polished fun mount, front brake delete, gut seat cover, stock fork, stock rear fender, stock rear suspension. This bike is really clean. I think he has a powder coated black too. That's what makes it look so glossy. I give this bike a 9.5 out of 10. It's so clean. It's also got the most power upgrades on this whole rating. Another Talaria MX4. This guy is also my friend. This is Conrad. He just got his Talaria powder coated same time as Carter. I like how the white goes with his bike. It is so clean. He's got a motor cover or Moto Cuts, Baja Light, powder coat, Warp 9 pegs. I give this bike an 8 out of 10. It's still really nice. And down to our last bike, the Yasma. This guy is my friend. He lives. Okay. And down to our last bike, we have the Yasma. I rode this bike a couple weeks ago when he first got it, and dude, this thing rips. It is so nice for the price too. So far, he has done nothing to it because he's only had it for a little bit. But I like how Yasmas look, so I think I'll give this bike a 7.5 out of 10. It's still really nice. Alright guys, that is the end of my rating. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and watch my weekly videos. And go follow the socials.